Hello, Instagram. What's up, my peoples? Hopefully you guys are enjoying this Monday. It is the first official day of tax day. And when I say the official day of tax day, I mean this is the first day that we as tax professionals can actually electronically file our individual taxes. That's what I mean by official tax day. So for some of you, maybe you thought January 1st was officially tax day. That's when the tax season starts, but we can officially begin to start transmitting those returns today. All right, so listen up, you guys. Listen up. Hey, Callie Kim. Hey, Christina Advisor. And hello, Yvette Knows Best. Listen, guys, and Gina's Cupcakes. Today, we're going to talk about living in an abundance mindset. What is it when we talk about an abundance mindset? I'm going to jump right into it, but before I jump right into it, I need for every single one of you to give me some hearts. I need for every single one of you to let me know where you are chiming in from, and then let me know, what does living in an abundance mindset mean to you? What does an abundance mindset mean to you? Okay, so I gave you guys some chores, like give me some love first of all, okay? Show me some hearts, give me some thumbs up, let me know where you are chiming in from, and then I want to know, what does an abundance mindset mean to you? What does that mean? We're going to talk about it, okay? So real quick, before I bring my guest in, I am Dr. Cozette M, America's #1 tax and accounting strategist. I am a publisher of 9 books, you guys. Yes, you heard me right. Yes, I love to write, okay? 9 books. 6 of them are best-selling. We just reduced. I can't even talk today. We just produced or released our book 2 weeks ago, Tax Strategies for Small Businesses. Tax Strategies for Small Businesses. You guys can head over to Amazon.com. Key in Dr. Cozette M. White. Again, that's Dr. Cozette M. White to grab a copy of Tax Strategies for Small Businesses. When I first started, I said we kicked off tax season today, right? We did. If you are a small business owner, you need this book. We're talking about business structure. We're talking about how to hire that child. We're talking about what happens in the event you are audited, S corporation, reasonable compensation, retirement, and much, much more. I myself, the visionary author, collaborated with 11 other authors, you guys. So head on over to Amazon.com. But if you are chiming in for the first time, make sure you let me know where you are chiming in from. Let me know, what does an abundance mindset mean to you? And my guest and I, trust me, we're going to jump in and we're going to answer your questions. So Gina, you're in LA. Christina, nice. Thank you. It means not limiting ourselves to anything. California, Inglewood. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So listen, I'm going to bring my guest on, and listen, guys. An abundance life mindset. What does it mean when you're living in an abundance? And what does that mindset look like? Okay. So Yvette, you got Yvette and Cozette in the house. Yvette and Cozette. Yvette knows best. All right. So Yvette, thank you so much for joining me. Let me stop shaking this table. I so appreciate it. Why don't you go ahead and tell the viewers, where are you chiming in from, and just give them a little bit of your background, who you are, what you do, and all that good stuff.
Okay. I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. So one thing, I live in Fayetteville, Georgia, but you can tell by my voice, I'm from the Bronx. I've been in Fayetteville, Georgia since 2011. I love it here. But I've been a tax practitioner since 1989. I mean, probably when I was like 12, and now I still do taxes to this day. I had my own company since 2006. I'm an author of 4 books. 3 of them are about taxes. 1 of them is about business structure, being an LLC. I love everything that encompasses tax law, But I have just, in these last 5 years, I really have like tapped into this abundance mindset, and it has done leaps and bounds. There will be things I will say to you today. You will be really thinking that Yvette is clearly just totally crazy. But I promise you, if you put these things into practice, it will change, because you will need to have an abundance mindset before any money comes to you. Because if you have negative belief about abundance, you won't get it. And you don't realize sometimes the tongue is a very powerful thing, and the things that you say is exactly what you attract. This is why you don't get the things that you want, because you walk around saying, I don't want these things. And some of it might be indirectly.
Right. Tell them about it. I just got off the call with someone, said that he was attracting nothing but positive vibes to him. I told him he was going to have a fantastic tax season, because what we think about, we bring about. But before we even get into that, Yvette said something, and I didn't even know. Y'all talking to two old schools, two OGs. She said 89, y'all. I've been in the game since 91. Yvette, I had no idea you was like old school for me. You know, like we can really hit it up. You got, wait, 89 and 91, y'all. So listen, we've been in the game for a minute. All you newbies, listen, y'all go sit down somewhere. No, I'm just kidding. Like,
It's all good.
About to be on fire. Okay, so listen, what you think about, you bring about. What you put out there into the universe is what's going to come back to you. If it's negative energy out there, guess what? Negative energy is going to come back to you. If you're looking for money to come your way, money is energy, and money circulates. So when you give money out, I don't care what amount it is, money is going to flow back into you. That's about having an abundance mindset, living in an abundance mindset. So, Yvette, the floor is all yours, girl. Go for it.
Okay, so for those of you that's on this live, before we even get started, I want you to get out a pen and a piece of paper, because there are things that I'm going to want you to write down, because I'm going to want you to start incorporating these things into your life. So what we just talked about, that abundance is energy. The money is energy. Anything that you want is actually an energy thing. So for me, I'm going to be a little more transparent. This year, Saturday, the 28th, God willing, I will be 52 years old.
Amen.
I love it. Every time somebody says, oh, you don't look 52, I don't sound 52. Oh, great. I know all the ratchet rap songs, so I'm not 52. However, I'm a really financially fit 52. I own my own home outright, my car outright. I have no debts except student loans, and I don't have any intention of giving them their money. I'm going to law school first. That's my intention. I always say that. I always leave with that, because of course it was work. However, let me tell you how my mind had to change for that to happen. I literally never thought I would in my lifetime own anything outright. I always thought, I didn't even think about having a house until 40. That was just 10 years ago, 12. So I'm just saying to you, these are things that I had and I gave away. Like, I bought my very first house at age 27. And literally by age 29, I was back in an apartment, because I was walking around like, I can't afford to have no house. Nobody don't have none. Why should I have it? And then, you know what? I didn't have it anymore. Wow. I was back in the apartment. I didn't realize that I just basically talked my way right out of a house. Yeah. As soon as I could sell it, I got rid of it. And that was like one of the most regretful sales of my life, because that same house right now that I sold for $120,000, I ain't never gonna forget it. Yep. That house is worth $1.8 million right now. Yep. 1.8 million in Brooklyn. I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna move to New Jersey and go ahead. That same house right now to this day, 488 Hart Street, Brooklyn, New York. You can look it up on Zillow. Like it's like 1.7 million. Every time I look at it, I'll be wanting to cry. But it's okay. You live and you learn. So what I do every single morning, I wake up, I pray, and I meditate. I write down things every day of things that I want into my life. Some things I had to change because I realized some of the stuff that I was attracting I didn't want. So like at one time I was writing that I was going to be as famous in taxes as Cardi B was famous in rapping. And I said, then I thought about it when people was like, oh, I saw you on Instagram. I saw you here. You know what? I don't want that. I want to be able to go to Walmart and walk through here free without nobody. Let's change that. I want to be as wealthy in taxes as Cardi B is rapping. That's what I want to do. I want the wealth because of the fact that I have 4 children, 33, 29, 24, and 14. Yeah, just don't do the math on that. I do have a granddaughter who's age 6. She'll be 7 in May. These are the things that I want to leave money to. The money that I make right now is really not for me. Everything that I produce is I'm always putting a tag behind where this money is going to go. Whether I'm earning money to increase my retirement savings. Am I getting this money so I can increase the college savings for my granddaughter? Am I getting this money so I can buy another rental property so I can eventually have 4 rental properties, 1 for each one of my kids, so they can always have money coming to them and not start at 0? So I write these things down and then I rewrite them again every single day. Then I have what is called a miracle moment. And this did not come from me. I have a tax coach, Michael Rosberg, Rosman. But during our last conference, we had this miracle moment, and it's every day at 2:15 p.m. And I've been doing it since last year. So when that miracle moment comes, it's set on my phone to go off at 2:15. I stop whatever I'm doing. And then I just say, I'm Muslim, so I always say Bismillah before I start talking. So it's like Bismillah, to the good of all and to the harm of none. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me through multiple sources on a continuous basis. That comes from Bob Proctor.
Stop right there. I need for you to stop right there. If you are listening to us right now, if you are not taking notes, she said every single day at 2 o'clock. And this is a real, you guys. If you have your phone set every day, the alarm will go off at 2, 3, whatever time you want it to go off. And you need to stop. Whatever you are doing, you need to stop. You need to meditate. You need to, whatever that affirmation is, you need to say it. Trust and believe. Yvette said it. I do it already. Trust and believe. It works. So whatever it is, you need to meditate. You need to affirm. You need to speak it into the universe. Speak it out loud. And you don't even have to speak it out loud, but just speak it to the universe. And what we think about, we bring about every single day, including Saturday and Sunday. It's not this Monday through Friday. Every single day. Stop what you're doing or write it in your notes. So when you finish listening, you're going to go set your alarm to whatever time, 2:45, 3:45, 4, whatever time is best for you. But know that every day, hook or crook, you're going to stop in your tracks. If you out shopping, if you're driving and it goes off, you can mentally say it to yourself. You can say it out loud. But I need for y'all to just take notes of that, what Yvette just said. Go ahead, Yvette.
Now, I'd like you to say it out loud. I just think it's better that way when you say it out loud, not in your mind that you say it out loud. There is no significance of the 2:15. It's just that was the time that we did it during that conference, and I just kept it up. I just said, okay, I can do it at 2:15, and I'm going to set it at 2:15. I literally remember I didn't even remember I took the alarm off. I was in the movies. The alarm went off. Just pressed the alarm. I set it, and I kept watching the picture like nothing happened.
Right.
But the thing about it is, once I started doing it, it wasn't even like it made it seem like I started thinking more about what I can do, because faith without works is dead. The prayer, you can't go and pray and then don't do anything about it. But I seen, as much as I was saying it, more I was thinking about what can I do to make that happen, as opposed to just saying the words. Okay, now I just said that. What I can do, if I say continuous streams, I need to have multiple streams. What kind of services I could put into place to make these multiple streams continue to come? And I always said that prepay is the best pay.
Amen.
I totally manifest 100% prepay. Like it is, I'm an accountant. It's probably unheard that, most accountants do not get paid before they do work. Your paperwork and payment comes together. Before I even touch the computer, I'm paid. Sometimes I'm paid before I even get paperwork. Like I always say, prepay is the best pay. I have gotten paid for stuff. People prepaid last year and they said, hey, Yvette, you were on my list of things that I needed to do, and the price of eggs may cause me not to be able to pay you, so I'm going to pay you
Right.
now. And
Again,
already paid.
Yvette, it's about those boundaries, and we spoke it into the universe. I say the same thing to any of my tax professionals who are on here. You all know me, and my clients will know me. Like, I have to get paid before, that's prepaid, before I do the work. It's not a game, y'all. Don't come to me talking about you'll pay me when we get done. No, I'm not. No, prepay. She spoke it. She spoke it into existence. She probably didn't really think it was going to happen, but during those 215 affirmations, that was something that she wanted to happen. And so she began to just start speaking it and speaking it and speaking it into life. And if you are a believer, then you know that it's going to happen.
And then I also just started thinking of things like, okay, the things that I'm doing, it's the abundance wealth code. It's the things that I'm going to be doing because this is what's going to happen. I just know that if I want to be a millionaire, I'm going to help 10 other people become a millionaire so I could become one. It was just things that I started putting into motion because then it was more of a giving. I started giving more. So it was like, if I had the money, and I know I blow money on stupid stuff all the time. Like if I see somebody and they look like they needed some money, I just gave it to them. If I saw somebody, they had something, I just gave it to them. And some people be like, are you kidding me that you just walking around? Like I just came from a conference this week. I was telling my husband, I said, I don't know what happened. We went out that night. I was just giving out 20s all over the place. And he was like, no. I said, I saw a homeless guy. I saw some girls selling candy. I saw somebody else doing something else. And I was just giving out the money. He said, how are you doing? I said, I just don't. I said, if I had it, I was going to give it. And that's just what I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I just tell people, don't be afraid to give. Don't be afraid to invest. And then even if you say, okay, I don't have a lot of money, somebody makes $25,000 a year, start small. Say, I'm going to make a conscious, is it my intention, I'm going to save $5,000 to invest into a business. Then while you're saving the money and you're putting the money away, just think, as soon as I get this 5,000, I'm going to make it into 10,000.
Yep.
As soon as this 5,000 gets together, it's going to become 15,000.
Yep.
And then think, now while you're doing that, now your mind changes because now you're like, well, okay, if I said I'm going to take this 5 and make it into 10, what am I going to do to make that happen? And you start writing things down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's why I said writing, because it's making it more intentional than you just saying things. Because we got all these people, especially on TikTok. Is one guy on TikTok that I absolutely love with the money. We always got all type of mantras. I love him. But it's more than just saying it. When you take your time once a day, and I like it in the morning, like you say it, you say your prayers, then you start writing your intentions. And if you're going to go to God to ask for things, because we do go to God to ask for things, and it's okay. But when you go to him and say, hey, God, I want you to make me a millionaire. I want you to add, and what do I need to do for you to make that happen?
Yes.
I don't want you just going there saying, if it just make me a million and everything's going to be great. No, God, what can I do for you to make this happen?
Right.
What do I need to change to make that happen? It could be he don't want you smoking or you drinking or whatever the case may be. Someday you will know, because if you come with your sincerity, it's going to get revealed to you about what you need to do to change.
Right.
For me. Oh, you talking about you want a whole 7-figure net?
Right. You
Yeah,
guys got to listen
and
to
don't
that.
say I just want to be a millionaire. And that's why I said writing it. Not saying I just want to be a millionaire. No, I want my net worth to be 7 figures. Or after all debts paid.
You heard her? She said net. kid you not, I was about to say swear, but I kid you not, last week, literally, and just thinking, I didn't say what I wanted to make for the year. I said, I need my net to be at this number. It's not about what I make. I can make $1 million, but at the end of the day, what is my net? What is my net? And so again, Yvette spoke it, you guys. If you are intentional about it and you set that alarm to whatever time in that morning devotion, whenever the alarm goes off in the middle of the day, say what it is that you want. Repeat it multiple times throughout the day. It could go off at 2:45, whatever time, but continuously say it. Repeat it over and over and over and over and over throughout the day. A lot of times we have negative thoughts that just play in our mind like a broken tape. Those negative thoughts continue to play. Let's replace those negative thoughts with positive thoughts. Be intentional about it. What do we want? What do we truly want? Ask for it. And as she said, God is going to tell you what you need. He's going to tell you ask him, what can you do for him? He's going to tell you, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. And trust and believe. If you don't do X, Y, and Z, and until you do X, Y, and Z, then and only then will he deliver what it is that you're asking. Remember, he's not going to give it to you when you want it, but he will deliver. But if he asks you to do something, you got to follow God's desire, you guys. You got to listen. You got to listen.
Exactly. And like I said, with that, I said it all works together. The energy, your intention, and then going forth with your faith. Now, there may be some people who are atheists. They're like, okay, I work with the energy. I don't believe. And then your higher power, that's all fine. But you still need the intention and the belief. And the things that you say can also limit it. So sometimes I hear people like, oh, I can't afford that. I can't do that. I can't go here. I can't. No. Even if you said all the money wasn't in your pocket, it's a yet. So, or you can say, I don't want to spend my money on that. I don't even want you to say, I don't have money for that. Yeah, I have money. I just don't want to spend it on that. That's all. You just change your wording. If it's, those are rich people problems. No, that's my problem, but I just decide I'm not going to participate in that. That's all.
Right.
That's the difference. Right. Because remember, when you're saying those rich people, you one of the rich people. So, yeah, you know how we do, but I just don't participate in that type of foolery.
Right. Wow, this has been amazing. What questions do you guys have? Because, you know, our thought process, the self-talk, the negative talk is what will prevent us from living an abundance mindset. It will prevent us from being that millionaire. It will prevent us from being that multiple millionaire. It will prevent us from saying that I don't have. We have to affirm what we want and continuously say it into the universe. What questions do we have? Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Love to Create 213. Thank you, y'all carrying on the conversation. Ambitious War 7. Let's see who else is in the house. Rudy, thank you so much for joining us, Rudy. Turn 51-7. Bianca, Trey, CPA, Rue, non-traditional. Hey, Veg, yes, we talk this all the time. Yes, Bianca. Okay, I got a lot of people up in here. I can't say all these names. Christina, the advisor. Abundance is great mindset to have to build a desired lifestyle. Yes, please say that again, Christina. All right. It's a lot
my goodness,
of comments.
hey,
I appreciate all of
them. How are you? Rose, this are you non-traditional? Is yes. We have been friends since Lord, like we was like at 6, 7, 8 since public school.
Oh,
yes.
Wow. Rose. Okay, non-traditional. All right. So what questions do you guys have for either of us? Yvette, they're giving you some heart, some love. Listen, you
Oh, thank
guys,
you.
give us all the love because we need the love. We need that's positive energy. That's positive energy flowing up in here. So listen, Yvette the best. No, Yvette knows best.
Yes,
Well, it
Yvette
is
knows best.
Yvette the best. Where
Yeah, that's
can
my name.
look, I checked it out when I was doing something yesterday. Where can they follow you at, Yvette?
Well, here on Instagram, it's Yvette Knows Best. Literally that's my service trademark because I do a lot of advisory services. So it's the trademark for the brand, which is Best Tax Solutions. We also have a company, Armstrong Best Tax Relief, where we do the resolution services. But on Instagram, it's Yvette Knows Best. If you want to follow me on Facebook, it's Yvette the Best. That's my name, so you can follow me on Facebook, because that's where I mostly talk about resolution and things of that nature. We also just started a brand new company this month, called CP Travel Pens. Me and my husband were owners of a franchise for cruise planners where we actually do travel, and we're going to be doing a lot of excursions for tax-free travel. I'm like, if the people who know me know I travel a lot. I'm an avid traveler, but I'm a hashtag destination education guru. Anywhere you're gonna have some CE that's somewhere else other than Georgia, Yvette gonna go. So I do that a lot. I'm really thinking about coming out to California. I want to come out to the Thrive Conference. Shout out to the Thrive Conference, because I was like, ooh, I could go back to California. I liked it there. I came out to San Diego in last January to take the certified tax coach course with Dominique Molina, and now I'm a certified tax coach too. So I would love to come back out. California is nice, so I would like to come back out there.
Knows how to
So
party.
I just want, and like I said, now the things I'm talking about is, and like I said, this is in the making. Like, I've been in my business now. This is my fifth year full time. I had the business, it's 17 years in total, but I was working as a controller, and then realized that I'm creating all of these things, but I wasn't paying attention to the cues. So there were times during the year I would be traveling, and then I would always travel, and then I would get a client that had 5, 6, 7 years of taxes not done. And then it was time to go on the trip. I had that money to go on the trip. I wasn't paying attention to the cues that God was like, God, why are you still on this job? I told you what I'm going to do. Why is she not following me? And I wasn't paying attention to the cues. It always was there. So when I finally did leave a job, like, it's still now 5 years. I still pay myself every 2 weeks from the time I left there. Like, it never stopped. It never stopped.
Right. We got a lot in common, Yvette. I didn't even realize all this. We got a lot in common.
See, now you know.
Wow, a lot in common.
I really realized, like, I used to talk about my job a lot, and then people were like negative to that. I like now that people are more embracing people having a job and having a business. It was like, Yvette, you had to choose one or the other. Like, you can't do both. And I was like, why you can't be a dualpreneur? I don't understand. Maybe you have a goal. The reason, and I was telling people I was still at the job because I wanted to pay off my house. That's why I was there. I had a goal in mind. It wasn't that I wanted to be a full-time entrepreneur. It's just that I wanted to be a full-time entrepreneur that had a house that I could come into out the rain and not have to work.
Right. Well,
just paying light gas, water for your personal, and paying light gas, water at your office, because I have a brick and mortar, is way more or less stress than worry about paying rent and mortgage. That's a lot.
Yes. Well, I ain't gonna say all that about corporate. I mean, I stayed in corporate for a while, but I'll have to tell you guys how I left corporate one of these days. But it was one of those things where, when a woman's fed up, a woman's fed up. I literally just said, I'm not going to.
I had those days.
Yes. And I literally walked in.
I wasn't even at my goal yet, and I still wanted to quit. My husband, and that's good to sometimes have good counsel, because he was my good counsel. He was like, you already got to go. Just work the plan. You already made the plan. Just work it.
I think I had worked the plan, but didn't realize that the plan was at a point where Cozette was ready to leave. So the plan was there. And I'm going to tell y'all, like, I think I had like 205, 212 vacation hours. So not too many people had that many vacation hours. So that was the grace that really saved me. Like when I was ready to walk off, I had all of that accrued PTO. So that was, that allowed me, you guys, seriously, like that allowed me to pay my mortgage for, up for 8 months. 8 months. And so that was the glory that really allowed me, that cushion that really allowed me to, like, let me get in here and get this adjustment with self-employment and get to getting what I'm supposed to be getting. And so that's when I was building the business. And so within a short amount of time, I'm serious, like I took everything that I knew from that corporate job and applied it to my business. I knew about contracts. I knew about proposals. I knew about hiring. I knew about, of course, accounting. I knew IT. I knew these things because I oversaw some of these departments. But I'm going to tell you guys, when you're on your own, it's a little different because it's like you working by yourself and you want to wear all the hats and you know this stuff, but you get stuck somewhere. You get stuck somewhere. So abundance lifestyle, you guys, living in an abundance mindset. Remember, this was such a rich conversation. What we think about, we bring about, and we have to speak it into the universe right now, what it is that we want. We have to take time out of our day in the morning and throughout the day to meditate, set that alarm clock, let it go off and speak what it is that we want. And then ask God, what is it that he wants us to do? What can I do for you, God, so that you can make this happen? You can allow this to happen. I promise you, God, if you just share this with me, I promise you I will be a good steward and I will do what you tell me to do and do it, you guys. And believe it. Be a believer. Believe it. Have faith. Know that it will come. You know, forget about the days of worrying, because worrying is not going to really get us where we want. We have to set good intentions. We have to speak it. We have to speak it out, speak it to the universe, put it into the universe, and believe it or not, it will come. What we think about, even if we think about everything negative, oh, it's gonna rain, I'm gonna get a flat tire, I'm gonna do this. Guess what? You're gonna be out there on the highway and guess what? You can get a flat tire. If you don't want it to rain and you just got your hair done and you got a big event, guess what? It's gonna rain because you asked for it. Really, you indirectly asked for it, not even realizing that you asked for it. Okay. So in closing, I want for you all to make sure that you follow Yvette. She gave you all of her, I got feedback again. Dang. She gave you all of her handles where you can follow her. You guys know you can follow me here, right here on Instagram. Take this feedback. All right, I don't know what it is. Every now and again it does here. Listen, we're gonna wrap this up with this feedback. I want all my tax professionals, my EAs, my enrolled agents, my CPAs. You guys need to be at Thrive Live. Why? You've been struggling. You've been stating that you don't know how to raise your prices. Why? You've been saying you don't know how to identify who your ideal client is. Why? You're stuck with those clients who won't prepay you, but you're afraid to ask for the bag.
Ooh, no, they got to get out of their spirit.
You will have an opportunity to earn up to 12 continuing education hours, you all. Is my phone ringing? Oh, it looked like the phone. Somebody. Anyway, sorry, y'all. You will have an opportunity to earn up to 12 continuing education hours. You will be in a community of like-minded individuals, all seeking the same thing. Phenomenal tax trainers. Phenomenal tax trainers. I can't release and let the cat out the hat just yet, out the bag just yet, but I will. Our guest speakers, phenomenal individuals. We're talking about 7-figure individuals. We're talking about individuals who have abundance mindset. All right. May 11th through the 13th here, right here in sunny Southern California, Los Angeles, California. Listen, guys, right by the airport. You don't have to worry about a rental car. You don't have to worry about Uber. They will shuttle you right. Okay. All right. All you got to do is go to my go to the thread in my bio. and you will see all the information about Thrive Live Experience. Yvette, thank you so much. This has been a very rich interview, chat, conversation, you name it. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much for the opportunity. I appreciate you. And we're going to have to talk offline so now you can learn some more about me. Because I know I'll be real quiet. I know. Like, they like that, like the ones who know me one-on-one.
I know you're not quiet.
She just be so low-key. I really do be low-key, and I need to get out there more. And that's one of the things that I was saying, you know, to guide my voice and let me be able to impact more people, because I do great one-on-one. And sometimes I really can sense what people need, so I just go to them one-on-one, call them randomly, tell them, hey, I saw your post and I think you should do da-da-da-da-da, this will be better. And they get better. And they'll say, no, they gave me the most great advice to do this. But I need to do that on a bigger scale.
Yes.
And I realized that I can't hide no more. I need to just let everybody know.
Well, you're not a quiet storm, but I know you out there. So we need to hear more of you. So we could chat offline, because I didn't realize we had so much in common.
Mm-hmm. See, now you know.
Yes. She got that accent. You know, she got that New York accent. You know, it's so funny. I am from California, and every now and again, I will have people ask me, am I from the South? No, I ain't from the South. I'm a Cali girl, y'all. All right. Well, we are going to wrap things up. Make sure you guys follow our advice. Yvette gave you some great tips about making sure that you are living an abundance mindset. All right. Follow Yvette, follow myself, and I'm going to say I'll see you guys at Thrive. I speak things into existence. All right. Thanks, Yvette.
You're welcome.